Welcome to Conversations from the Eagle's Nest. I'm Janet. Excuse my voice today. I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm just getting over laryngitis. So, my guest today is Shelley Sullivan to tell us all about Starseed Creations. Welcome back, Shelley.
Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you for having me again. And I'll do most of the talking because I
Okay.
know it's challenging. So I guess to start with, I'll explain a little bit about frequency, um, vibration, just in case some viewers are not familiar with it, but I'm sure most of your viewers are. So basically, everything in the universe has its own optimal frequency, its own vibrational signature, so to speak. And just like we do, we all have each our own plants, animals, rocks, crystals, everything.
Right. Yeah.
Um, Maybe a little simple analogy would be if you're trying to listen to a radio station, you have to dial into that frequency to be able to hear what's being said. So whether it's, 89.3 or 101.5 hertz, it's signature frequency that you need to connect to, or you cannot hear the broadcast.
Right.
So it's very similar that way. And I notice, and I'm sure you've noticed, a lot more people now are going back to the ancient healing practices, and a lot of that is frequency.
That's right. Yes. And this
Yes.
is where Starseed Creations came from.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And um, um, and Mother Nature provides everything we need, really. And
Yes.
and I think the way the world is, we're so hustle bustle, busy, busy, and there's too many distractions, and we've gotten away from the root ancient healing techniques, or abilities. So that another example for people, maybe they would notice if, going to a gathering and sometimes they go and they're like, oh, I feel so good. I just don't want to leave. Whereas other times they might go and they might even feel this before they get there. But when they get there, it's just like, I got to get out of here. And
That's
they
right.
don't
Yeah.
really know why. Why am I feeling this? I just got to get out of here. But they're picking up on frequencies from somebody or something there that's
Mhm.
not in alignment with their highest good. So what I suggest to people is follow your gut feeling, and if you have to make an excuse, whatever, and then just leave, because it is for your best interest, to not be there. Because the longer, if you do stay, these energies can cause you harm.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And another example is unconditional love, which equals healing, and forgiveness, which equals the medicine. And
Mm.
these are frequencies. And now these are frequencies at a fourth dimensional consciousness level. So on the planet Earth, we're in this
Third. Yes.
third dimension, and we're trying to ascend, um, fourth, fifth, and everything will change, and there'll be more love, basically a lot more love than the fear, anger, all the lower vibrational,
Yeah, the
um,
darker energies, right?
yeah, and emotions and all, and they do lower your frequency.
Yeah.
So more and more of this it's more. When I started, um, a lot of people thought I was cuckoo because
Same.
it,
Yeah.
it just wasn't, it wasn't something everybody was doing. But now, in the last several years, I find more and more people are waking up to this, and which is great. It's great. Um, so for forgiveness, and now it's all about unlocking yourself from the power either a person or a situation had over you. So this is very important for everybody to do for themselves. And in no way does this mean what was done to you is acceptable. Um, so when you know this and the power and sovereignty you get or you gain with forgiveness, it will start to shift your perspective and you'll see things a lot differently. And it's very healing for the
Yes,
person, for themselves. Um,
it's good
so
to know.
yes, and now the crystals. So in I'm an energy activator, energy healer. So in my practice, I've used crystals on people. I've had a deep connection with crystals for as long as I can remember, and they can elevate your frequency. So they have this ability. Um, which is what we all need. We need assistance a lot of the times because of things that are going on in daily life that are continuing. You see something on the news and you go into fear, so that's lowering your frequency. So we need these tools to assist us, at least right now till we get to fifth.
Yeah.
For,
Hopefully
uh,
that's soon.
yeah. So and each of the crystals, again, like I said earlier, they have their own optimal frequency. So some are like universal love, which is rose quartz,
Yeah.
and that one most people are familiar with. Some can be calming, some energizing, some grounding, and that list goes on too. Now, I was for years carrying these around in my pockets, each day using my intuition, which we all can do, picking certain stones that I just needed a little, I thought I needed their energy or frequency that day. And
Mhm.
but then I started losing them too from my pockets. So I had seen, some wire wrapped crystals people had made into jewelry. So I started doing that myself. And this one I have on right today, it's a nice Larimar crystal.
Nice. Wow, I like that. Love the
Yeah.
color of Larimar.
And this has it's very connected with lion, like Leo and Lyran, the lion energy too, as well. Um, so I started doing this and then I thought, well, I can wear it, every day and choose different ones. And people started to notice, and then I started getting requests. Oh, can you make some for me? So that's how my little business began.
Okay.
And um, I'm definitely in my happy place when I'm creating all the things I create. Um, Now here's I'll give you a little samples. This is quartz crystal, and
Okay.
it is a Lemurian quartz. Now, quartz is one of the most powerful crystals we have, and it amplifies other crystals as well as cleansing them. And it's also used in electronics, your cell phones, your TVs, watches, computer, and that list goes on as well. But this Lemurian crystal, the difference with that is I don't think you can really see on here, but there's little lines in it. Uh, and they say that there is information infused in these crystals.
Mm.
So if you can get your frequency in alignment with and matching the frequency of these crystals, then they say you're able to get the information out of the crystals.
That's so cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Um, this one here is labradorite, it's one of my favorite stones. I don't know.
mine too. I have one too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't really see the color too, but yours is like this. You can see the blues and the greens and the golds
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, and some of them are more gray, but
Yes.
I like the blue. Now, this stone is known for transformation and courage, and also known as the shaman stone. Um, and what I do too, Janet, is I go to the stores and I handpick each of the crystals, and I look for the color, the quality of the stone, and the frequency, because when I do this for myself, I just want the best frequency, the best quality that I can get. And that's what I like to offer um, my clients as well, because it's like if I was serving food in a restaurant, I'm not going to serve something I wouldn't eat myself, type of thing.
Yeah,
So I do
exactly.
do that rather than ordering on the internet, because you just never know what you're going to get. So another popular one right now is black tourmaline.
Oh,
And
very protective.
this is a small one. Yes, very protective, very grounding. I use it everywhere. I have it in my house, and I know you have, and you've planted some outside as well.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And sometimes I'll even put one under my pillow. Um, right now, especially with, things going on in the world, it's really important for everybody to stay and be as grounded as possible in
Yes.
whatever way works for you for grounding. There's so many different ways. And I think we talked about that in your last
Yes. Yeah, it's
podcast.
very important to be grounded for sure.
Yeah. So, and it's nice that we have these crystals to assist us,
Yeah.
again, because everybody's so busy, hustle bustle. Oh,
Yeah.
this is another cute one. And I did this one in gold. It's a tiger's eye.
Oh, yeah. I like the lines in it.
Yeah,
It's
and
very
it's
nice.
when you see it um in person, like it almost looks like you can see or feel the fur on it. I
Yeah.
really like this one. Um, so it's just, yes, it's fun. I love it, and it assists people. Now I do get people asking, like, what crystal should I have? So what I tell people is follow your gut, follow your true self or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, and pick the crystal that you're drawn to, because your gut knows, your higher self knows that is the energy that you may need right now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
go with that. And people can research the stone after. The nice thing about the internet is everything's right at your fingertips nowadays. Where
Yeah.
back,
So true.
you know, years ago we had to rely on our books that we would buy about crystals, but the internet's made that much easier to do.
Yeah, just be careful, right? Watch your source.
Yeah.
Watch where you're getting it
Yes,
from. But and again, use your intuition, use your discernment with the information you get as well, right?
that's right. And discernment is another important thing these days too,
Yeah.
in all aspects of your life. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
from there, I had been smudging for years, and then it led me to create my feather fans.
I love those. They're so pretty. I
I
like
saw,
feathers.
and as you can see, I use a lot of feathers.
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
So beautiful.
this one I have a selenite handle on, and selenite's great for
Yes.
cleansing and many other things as well. I know you use a lot of selenite even in your practice with your Reiki and your healing modalities that you use. Um, even planting this around your house as well.
That's right. Selenite and tourmaline are all around my house. It
Yeah.
also cleanses crystals as well.
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
Selenite.
Yeah. So you can use it if you're hot. I learned. But you burn the sage, and then you just this assists you to do the corners of your house and all around, or do yourself,
Yeah.
and under your feet is important. So the interesting thing I learned in 2016, the University of Mississippi did a study, and the scientists observed that burning the white sage can clear 94% of airborne bacteria in a space and disinfect the air.
Wow.
So the sage releases negative ions, which is also linked to putting people in a positive mood. And another thing about the sage, the Latin word for sage, and I'll spell it, VIA, it stems from the word heal. So the indigenous would burn this to purify themselves and clear. Perhaps they had an encounter with somebody that felt the negative energies, so they would clear themselves with sage in their space and whatnot,
Mhm.
and always under your feet as well. But they also use this for common cold and fever. So they felt when burning the sage and breathing it in, the belief it was that it would aid with their illness. So I found that quite interesting as well. Uh,
Absolutely. You can
then,
also hang it on the wall too, right? If
yes,
for art.
yes. So yes, I have. This is a smaller one. Okay, I can't use just one feather.
No, clearly not.
And yes, so you can see the loop on this one. So you can hang these all on the wall, and some people have bought these for what they call a talking feather. So
Right.
if there's any group activity that they're doing, and so whoever's holding the feather, it's their turn to talk, and everyone else listens, and then they pass it on.
It's a great
And
idea.
yeah, um, so that's all I was going to tell you about that one, I think. And then this is another one. So if I don't use the selenite in the handle, this
Mhm.
one I have an amethyst. So I usually put a crystal in for them. Now this little one, I didn't put any crystals in, um, but I just wanted a price point for everybody so it's affordable.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why I've done some at a smaller or less price point. Now, sometimes the feathers will go funny, so you can just fix them by, rubbing them with your fingers if they separate at all, because that does
Okay.
happen.
Yeah,
Or
for
and if
sure.
it gets sometimes you might have to steam them and but they'll all go back to shape.
Okay.
So with the indigenous, then after they would do their sage, they would use burn sweetgrass and do the same. So after the purifying and clearing with the sage, the sweetgrass that is said to call in spirit. So for positivity and how, and then they
Yeah.
do this to the feet as well. Um, so encouraging, I guess, that you walk in your light. So I found
Okay.
that very interesting.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
now another sorry, I'm not letting you talk too much, but I'm just trying to help your
It's okay. Yeah, it's
here.
okay.
I'm moving along. Um, several people I've lived with over the years, they don't like the smell of the sage. I don't mind it, but I've found so then I found this Palo Santos wood.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. And it's a sacred tree native to South America.
Mhm.
It's also called holy wood. It's a cousin of frankincense and myrrh, which was quite interesting. Um,
Yes.
traditionally, this was used for pain, inflammation, and stress. And you can burn it as an incense, or there's oil you can use to rub on your skin as well.
Mhm.
Uh, the smell, it's got a sweet scent of pine, mint, and lemon.
Yeah.
And shamans, saints, or anyone who's looking for a stronger connection with spiritual connection, they've used this a lot, for to protect, experience, and heal. And this can be used the same as smudging. So, and you light it, and I
Mhm.
I find you have to let it burn for like a minute, and then it'll go out.
Mhm.
Um, or if it doesn't, you can just wave your hand and then it'll smoke. But I find with this, you have to relight it often. But
Yes.
sometimes with sage, you do as well. So you might have to relight it a few times and then you do the corners of your house or you do yourself the similar. And using it for smudging, it can eliminate negative energy, creating a calmer, more tranquil space and an energetic protection. And just by setting an intention, to eliminate negative energy and fill your space with protection and divine love. And this is just a suggestion. Like anybody can just use their own intention, intuity. There I go again, making up words.
It's part of Starseed Creations.
That's right. So use your intuition. You know what you need, so you can
Yes.
make your attention to whatever is in your own best interest. So this is, just what I'm saying is just an example of what you can do. Then I got into these little, people call them medicine pouches. They're made out of deer hide,
Hmm.
and uh, and I made them. They're good size.
Yeah, they
So
are.
and then you just close them up when you put in, and you can put in anything in here.
Put a pendulum like this in.
Yes. And I have this, and I have black ones as well.
Nice.
So you can put, yeah, pendulum, like you can put crystals in them. Um, as a medicine bag, the indigenous would put in the 4 sacred herbs, which is sweetgrass, sage, cedar, and tobacco. So
Ah,
that, again, people can look that up on the internet to find out more information about that, but you can do that. Yeah, I use them a lot too for a little pendulum bag. So then
mhm.
pop purse, and then it's easier to find as
Yes,
well.
for sure.
Some little kids use it, and they'll even put some coins, money or something in it. Kids are ingenious.
That's right.
The
It's a multi-purpose pouch.
it really is. Um, Again, it's really fun. I love doing it. And everything that I make, I clear it,
Hmm.
I charge it, and I infuse everything with love.
Okay.
So, like, even craft events that I go to, um, I'll redo it afterwards to anything that, just in case anything was picked up from people, and like there's
Yeah, it's a great idea. Definitely. Now, how can people reach you if they were interested in purchasing
yeah.
something?
Sure. I know you put, I sent Janet some pictures of a few things that I make, few of my crystal pendants, feather fans.
Yes.
I forget if I sent the pouches or
Yeah,
not.
you did. They're on my, if you visit energyfusion.life on Facebook, I have in my album section, I have one for Starseed Creations, and there's photos of Shelley's, all Shelley's crafts.
Yes, and I
And
and I, I have more than was on there. So if somebody wants a certain crystal, you have my email there, reach out, and I'd certainly do my best to accommodate you if I have it or if I can get something and make it. And yes, so
yeah, so check out the site below. Shelley's email is in there. The photos include the prices, I believe, I'm pretty sure. And
uh,
it's also energyfusion.life on Facebook. And go to the album section and look up Starseed Creations, and you will see some up close pictures of her wonderful work. Definitely. I'm so glad you came out and told everybody about this.
well, thank you, Janet. And yes, so any other star seeds out there? Or
Yes, let's get this jewelry moving, the feather fans, the pouches. They're just wonderful tools and beautiful jewelry. I'm not wearing one right now, but I do have some of Shelley's jewelry that I absolutely love.
right, and we all need tools, right?
We
Um,
do.
if you're building a house, you need tools. If you're cleaning your house, you need tools, your vacuum, whatnot.
This is true.
Oh, yeah, these are tools,
Yes.
and they're here to assist anybody who feels they need a little assistance.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay,
Okay, well, thank
thank
you
you.
again. And again, hopefully people can find you on by your email in my site and the description below. Check it all out, and we'll probably see you again on a different topic.
That would be wonderful. And wishing everybody to walk in their light.
Absolutely. Thank you all to all the listeners for watching this. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.